What's going on, everybody? It's the Jeffrey Hart here, and today we're going to talk about some wobbles, some creative routing, and some other stuff within Ableton Live. So let me show you kind of what I got going on here with this bass. It's a combination of a lot of dummy clips, both on the instrument and separate audio channels. So I will kind of show you how that is working, and then we will build one together as the good friends that we are. So you start with this MIDI channel, you put your notes in there, and then you're done with that. Then you would create an instrument track with an operator, and I just mapped the old wobbler there. And here's the secret sauce. So all those wobbles here are being controlled by these clips. So rather than getting your pen tool out and drawing in all those automation lines, what I'm suggesting or thinking about is you just create all these clips that have the time via dummy clips. And so if you don't know how to do that, you got to set this to in, and then you have to send the MIDI to the track that you want it to go to. So from MIDI to instrument, and then you set this to in. And so now it's receiving the notes from the MIDI track, but it's also receiving the automation and modulation data from this track. So here we're doing a half note wobble. Here's a 16th. Cool. And if we wanted to change that to a 12th, we would just do this. Cool. So that way you're working with clips rather than working with automation lines, and it's not really faster because you have to set it up. But in some ways it's easier because you can see what you have going on, and then you could do something like this, which is just like click and drag it. And so and then so it's just a different way of working with it. Now the way that you actually get these clips set up is you will double click on the instrument rack, click on the thing that you want to modulate, and then double click on the clip, and that's going to give you, as long as you have this E clicked, it's going to give you the blue line. And as you change this, that will change the wobble parameter. So this button down here allows these two, right? You can switch between those two views, okay? So we clicked on here, now we're here, and if I see here, that shows me 1. So I should rename, if that's what I was going to clip it out, that would be, 4x4, it's 1. But let's change it back to half by clicking on this, bringing this guy down. That's 1/3, so let's go up a little. And that's back to 1/2. So, you just, then you duplicate, so that, anyway. So for those of you who know how to work dummy clips, that's how it is. Now, how did this come to be? And this is the cat's meow on this bit here. So if I drag this guy out here, go over here. This is what's cool about it. If you go to the tab, and you're going to see all the dummy clips over here, we're going to use some follow actions in order to make it rain. Okay, there they go. So here are all my wobble speeds. Going to select all those. Can go to the clip view, and then you can see that they're going to select any, like every, I don't know, what is that? Every quarter note. And so once I hit this, it's going to randomly select those, and it's basically going to randomly wobble. So now you don't have to go through and program all that crap. And so what I, would do is drag this out, hit the record button, and roll with it. And now you can see it's writing all that automation for us. And, you know, some of it sounds good, some of it doesn't. We can always go back and change it, but maybe something really cool happens. And that's kind of obviously the, you know, what you would hope for. So then you go stop that and back to arrangement. And now when we play that back, it's not random anymore. The clips have been written. So that's exactly what we just heard. And then you can go back and change it. All right, so that's kind of the main advantage to using the clips here, is that, you know, you can automate them. And so, of course, we could change the time. Instead of doing 1, we could make it really quick, like that, or we could go up. Yeah, so on and so forth, right? So follow actions are flexible. And I think that's really cool. Now, another thing is, if you have more dummy clips, you can set up an audio channel with a flanger, and these are courtesy of Tom Cosm. If you don't know who Tom Cosm is and you enjoy Ableton Live, you should certainly go to tomcosm.net or something, .com, tomcosm.com. And, dude, he's the bomb. He knows everything. So what happens is you create another audio channel, and then you receive the audio from the instrument, and then you get these clips on this channel here. Where they go? All right, so then you create these clips that do all sorts of cool stuff, like modulate it. So you can see that this is modulating this guy right here. So now we've got, you know, this stuff modulating the cutoff, and then we'll have this stuff modulate the parameters on the flanger. That's going to happen afterwards. Now, this is kind of a separate technique to where I enjoy printing the audio from, you know, some crazy effect type stuff, panning it left and right, and so then that's kind of, you get something like this. So it's obviously like a little hectic and crazy, but if you play it with the main bass line, you got all these crazy things going, and it's a little bit quieter, it's in the background, it just makes everything busier. And I don't think this particular one turned out like amazing or anything, but yeah, here, so let's check it out. Now listen without it. Now listen with it. And as you can see here, I EQ'd it and put a limiter on it just because I'm lazy. Should have turned it down. So that would be the idea for using these guys. I mean, obviously you can do subtle effects, but these were such drastic effects. So now what I would do is, with these, you can see that the follow action is set to 2, and then it's set to any. So if I hit this, all right, so that's good for me. So let's go record, enable it. Alright, and then I like that, so I'll duplicate this. And now I will record that onto a new channel. Cool, I think that one actually turned out better. Alright, so now that's that. And now let's do bass right. Well, actually, this is what I do. I just drag it down. And now, let's turn all this crap off. So it's a no loop. And then we're going to do the redux. Alright, Alright, so here we go. Right on. So now, stop the loops on that. Get out of there. So now we've got basically our new bass line with the same notes, obviously, but different, like... Oops, here we go. And then maybe, I mean, I don't know, those are like a little intense for me, so let's do like an auto pan and like stutter it. You know, you can really jack with those things. So this, give it a 16th note. Anyway, that's just... Anyway, you get the idea there. They're probably just too loud. Alright, and now, so after all that, we could just go through and we could change the notes if we wanted to, so... Like this. That's kind of cool. Yeah, man. Alright, and then just loop that. Yeah, now of course I guess all these are going to be the wrong notes, so that really is a bad LOL. Anyway, you kind of get that idea how that would work, whereas the MIDI clips, you know, all the modulation is going to be obviously saved, stuff like that. So I think that's pretty much the gist of how that's working, using the follow actions to generate some new stuff for you kind of automatically. And so, yeah, that would be the top level overview. And so now let's, if you want to know how to create this step by step, I'm gonna do that real quick. So let's roll with this. We're gonna create operator. Gonna turn all these up. That's gonna make it real nasty. Very nasty. And then we're gonna add some LFO. Sounds like I've got another guy selected there. No idea why that's happening. So I muted that, so it's gone. Alright, so now we got there's our wobble. And this is going to be our extra MIDI channel. So now this guy should receive MIDI from, let's call this new MIDI. So we're going to receive MIDI from new MIDI. Then we're going to hit this to in. Now when we record, enable this. Alright, everything works. That's great. So now we're going to create a new drum clip, or excuse me, a new MIDI clip. So the way to do that is you select, you can right click and insert MIDI clip, or you can hit Shift Control M and shift down is going to bring down an octave. And then Command D is duplicating it. All right, that's very basic. Let's roll with that. Highlight, Command L is gonna loop it. Yeah, man. And now I'll just Option drag this up here, delete it. And now this is the clip that we're going to use to control operators parameters. And so I click on the thing that I want to modulate, which is going to be our fizzle. And then, so once you click on it and then double click on the clip, you should get the blue line. If you don't, you got to click on the E. All right, so now. All right, so let's do like. So that's 16th notes. 1-16. Duplicate it. That's because the way I'm doing it, it's not actually telling me what it is, but I'm gonna guess that's 1/12. If you wanted to display the value of what it is, you have to group it and macro it, and yeah, I gotta do that. And then maybe 1/8, and then this is gonna be. Well, that's 1/6 maybe. I'm really guessing at this point. Anyway, it's obviously getting slower. So then, honestly, that's probably going to be good enough for our purposes. So there's our couple clips there. That's just changing the timbre of it. Also, Redux. And then this will give it some space. Cute. We're looking good here. So now let's create some patterns. And we're going to Command X, delete that. Then we're going to paste. And then I'm going to select all of them, hit Shift Tab, follow actions to whatever that is, then hit any, and I'll hit this. Oh, my trigger mode is screwed up. Seems too fast. Cool, I'm done with that. So now we're going to open this guy up. We're going to just let it roll. Easy. I like this one the best. Copy that, paste it, duplicate. Hit back to arrangement. All right, and now while we're at this, let's add a new MIDI track and an operator, and we're gonna set it to receive from new MIDI. And this is just going to be our. That's just our sine bass. Cool. Let's give it some bottom end there. All right. So now let's run this operator through some crazy effects. So what I need is a new instrument channel, and we're going to receive from operator. This is Wobble. So we're going to receive it from Wobble. Hit in. Now we just need any old audio clip. This is going to be, make this a freak shifter. So paste this drum clip. You're not actually going to hear this. You're not going to hear the drum clip. It's just going to, we're going to use it to control parameters. Now this, right now this is sending to the master, and so is this. So we're hearing this wobble twice. So this I'm actually going to send to freak shift. There we go. And now we're going to use this to modulate parameters. So let's find a freak shift. Oh man, no idea what I'm going for on this one. So here's coarse. And I'm going to set it to unlinked, small loop. And roll this. That's pretty hot. So that's up and like eighths maybe. Or quarters. Duplicate that bad boy. Make this longer. Duplicate this bad boy. You get the idea, right? Not reinventing the wheel here. And now we're gonna do this, and we'll do like let's delete the line. Get out of there. And call this guy toggle eighth. And then, get out of there. Go. Oop. Delete all that crap. Alright, so you see how that would work. Now, bring all these guys down. I want to make another one of these that's totally crazy. Kill. We're in business here, folks. So now that's our craziness. And we're just going to... Oh, sorry. So now let's select all these. And follow action any. And we'll set that to 1. That's not bad at all, but don't you think we need some downs? Nice. I like your style here. So let's print. Well, couple things you can do. I mean, you can print this to the track here, or we can record the output to a new audio track. So I think that's what we'll do. Let's get the audio from Freak Shift. Record enable this bad boy. All right. There's that. Duplicate that. Pan it over. And that would be our left. And then, so instead of doing a frequency shift, we can delete that. And maybe do a flanger. Easy, easy. And so now we're still going to have all these clips here, but they're just not going to have any info on it, which is cool. And first we'll just do the dry wet. Oh, unlink this bad boy, bring her down. All right, now we got to kind of check these routings. Let's undo this. Okay, so we're going to undo all these follow actions because no action. Alright, duplicate that, open it up, and we're just going to do about the same thing as last time. And now this one we're going to do yeah, whatever. Alright, that's all we're going to do for that. And now let's do these guys. Follow action. Play any. No. Alright, bring this guy down. Alright, and now we'll all do that to a new MIDI channel. Alright. Alright, kill that guy. And then we'll just, we can kill that channel now. Send the wobble channel back to the master. Oops. And now we've got our two effects-laden channels. And our one channel in the middle. And our sine bass. Whew. That went a little bit longer than usual. That's what she said. Cool. So that's it. That's how it works. I hope that you enjoyed this, and maybe you grabbed a little bit here or there, and hopefully you didn't watch the whole thing if you know how to set up dummy clips. But if you didn't know how to set all that stuff up, I hope that it made sense in the second half where I did it painstakingly slow while drinking vodka. All right, guys. Thanks.